Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is get Git set up. So we're going to open up our browser and we're going to go to GitHub. Okay. Now we're going to create a new repository. Now I've called this Reddit Suite. So I'm not going to do anything down here. So depending on how you have your account set up, this may say HTTPS or SSH. I'm going to recommend you use HTTPS, but I have mine set up for SSH, and so that's what I'm going to use. So we just need to pop these in the terminal and run them. So actually, we didn't even need to update this readme.md yet, so we can delete this. Okay, so git init is the command to actually create a Git repository on our local computer. So we're going to go ahead and run this, and now we see that there is a .git folder in our directory. So if we run ls-leh, you'll see there's this .git here. Let's create a .gitignore file. So we're going to go to File, New File, Text File, and then we're going to write in .rproj user and then save. And we're going to call this .gitignore. And we want this saved within our project directory, the Reddit Suite directory. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to push this to GitHub. So we're going to say git add --all. So that means everything that's in this folder currently, except for the .rproj user folder, we're staging to push to GitHub. So we're going to make a commit message, which is git commit -m first commit. Okay. We're going to create a new branch, and we'll talk more about branches. And then we're going to run the command to, basically we're telling our local Git that this is where our origin repository is. And then we just run git push, which actually puts it on the remote server. So I'm going to copy this and save it. These are the commands that we ran. Okay, so if we restart or reload this page, you'll notice that the information that is on our local computer here is now on GitHub. And even now, I could start to run this code remotely. So let me show you what that means. So if I go to my packages and I look for Reddit Suite and I delete it, if we were to try to call library Reddit Suite now, oh, let me restart. Now if I try that, it doesn't work, right? Because it's not there anymore. Now, I could actually install Reddit Suite from GitHub. So suppose you have built your package, right? And you want other people to be able to run your functions, then all they have to do is run DevTools install GitHub to get the package. So we're actually saying, hey, on GitHub, go grab me that package and install it. And now I can run it, right? Reddit Suite, and it's got hello in it. So we pulled this from GitHub, not our local computer. So we can go ahead and make an update here. So this is what we're going to do. we're going to walk through a nice Git workflow, okay? So what we're going to do is create add a little bit more to our function here, and we're going to update the version. So here I'm going to do, this is episode 2, so we're going to do 0.2.0, okay? And now we're going to install and restart. And if you look over here, it says 0.1.0. If we update this, now it says 0.2.0. So these version numbers let us know when it's time to update our code, right? So if, as you can see, other people have made updates to their code, and I could upgrade to the newest version by clicking on here. And it's the same thing with our package, right? So we're just upgrading the version number. We're going to walk through how we would actually update our package and incorporate it, incorporate our new code into our package. So first, we actually create a new branch. So I'm going to do a git checkout -b, and this is going to be episode 2. So we're talking here on episode 2, and now we've got a branch to track the changes that we make in episode 2, which right now is just this version, okay? But let's also make some changes to our actual code. The first thing that we're going to do is add a package to our package. So if we go to description here, okay, and we said depends, and we have to make 4 spaces here, 2 tabs, and we said glue, okay? Now we need to make sure that glue is installed, so we can do install.packages-glue. Okay, we're going to install glue, and glue is just for pretty printing of strings, or it's easy to create nice strings, and I'll show you what that means. So what we need to do first is, after we add a package to the depends, we need to click on install and restart. Okay, now when we call library Reddit suite, glue is available. Hello. Okay, so let's update this function. So we're going to create a parameter, and we're just going to call it name. Okay, here we're going to call it world. Okay, and all we're going to do is, inside of curly brackets here, put name. Okay, we're going to install and restart. We also need to put this in glue, use the glue function. All right, so now if we install and restart here, okay, now we could call name. So we could say hello Freddy, right? And that function has updated. So this is great because you can load packages without implicitly calling them, which is nice because it helps us kind of abstract away the problem that we're working on. Now, there's another type called imports, which we're going to get into a little bit later, and is a little bit cleaner to use, I think, and more professional. But for now, we're just going to use depends. All of these ats are different ways of creating documentation for our functions. So here I could say @author, right? And I could put my name. And then we could put param and describe the parameters. So name is just someone's name, okay? And if we click on install and restart, and we do question mark hello, we see that our code is updating down here, right? Our descriptions are updating. And we could also create an example. Install and restart. Okay, hello. Now we have an example down here, right? Pretty cool, huh? Now, okay, so now we've actually updated our code here, and we run it, and we can do hello, whatever, right? We want to update our main branch. Now, if we run git branch here, we see that we're working off of episode 2 branch. Now, we're going to git add all, git commit -m, updated hello function, and bumped version number to 0.2.0. Okay. Now we're going to actually update our branch on GitHub. So we're going to write git push origin, and then this was called episode 2. And it's going to give us a link here. This link right here, if we click on it, it's going to take us to GitHub and open up our pull request. Now, episode 2 is the block of code that we're working on, but we want it to go into the main branch. So what we do is we come down here and we look at the differences in our code, right? So we added glue, that's right. We updated our hello function, that's right. And then we also updated some documentation. So that looks good. Now what we can do here is we've updated the code, the example hello function, and have bumped the version number. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. So we're going to create a pull request. Okay. We're going to talk more about checks later, but we can review our pull request here. It's up here in pull requests. We can click on files changed, see what's changed. We can say, okay, that looks good. So I'm going to merge this pull request. Okay, so it's good. Now, if we go back to the main branch, we have our episode 2 in our main branch here. If we look at the main branch, we've merged that code into our main branch. And what you're going to see here now is something kind of cool. So right now, we're back on our computer, right? So we're on, if we do git branch, we're on episode 2, right? What happens if I do git checkout main? What you'll see here is our code has gone back to its original version, right? Because we created our repository, and then we created a new branch called episode 2. Then we updated our branch and pushed episode 2 to GitHub. On the GitHub side, we merged the episode 2 branch into the main branch. And so now what we need to do is we need to run git pull origin main. And the code that we've just updated has been pulled from GitHub on our main branch, and now it has updated locally. So the next thing that we would do in the next episode is we'll do a git checkout -b, and this will be episode 3 whenever I get to that point. And then the circle will start again. So this has been a quick tour of Git and getting Git set up. if you're interested in starting from this point, then you can get the code in the zip file in the course or from the GitHub repository in episode 2 branch. All right, thank you.